Welcome, Aggression here, bringing the fear, and here's a little guide, I guess, for all of the monsters. I just want to show off all the monsters in the game, all 200. So first we have Flame Orb, which is Flame and Orb. Plaguewin, which is Blade and Penguin. Electring, which is Electric... Right? I don't know. Centipeon, which is Centipede and Peon, probably, small. Griniton, I don't know what this is. These are the 5 starters, and here are the evolved version of the 5 starters. Infernorb, Emperor, which is Temperate Emperor, Evolt, which is Electric Volt, Centimace, which is obviously Centipede and Mace, Megatron, I think it's like Magnotron, but Mega. There's Tomati, Memic, I don't know, Memic, maybe it's like Mimic? But it's supposed to be an onion. Then we have Devi Hat, which is obviously a devil hat. Spook, which is spook and just a baby sound. Batel, which is maybe like Batel, but it sounds like Batarang, but it just sounds like something. Drakling with Draco like dragon, and Ling like small dragon. Snowskers, which is snow and whiskers. Mono Axe, which is pretty easy. He's a guy holding one axe, so it's mono. Cindro, cinder, like fire, and row. I'm not really sure. Probably like a bird reference. Quaverpole. Quaver. What is a quaver? I think that's the note shape. And pole is just. It's like what's the word? Tadpole. Darklops. Lops just means like something to do with evil, but it's dark. Denty, it's a little tooth. Dent, and dental. Scarel, so it's a scary squirrel. Its tail is its face, I guess. Great Tomati, it's a big tomato. Gearjet, well, it's a gear gadget, basically. Straw Man, so Straw Man is a logical fallacy. That's sort of a joke on it. Frostgamo, it's Frost Eskimo. Clawdaddy. Clawdaddy is a slang term for a big lobster or something. Grudge, which is grudge and rude. I think rude's a word. Blazor, which is obviously blazing and boar. Barachnid. I don't know what Barak is, but Nid would be like arachnid, so it's Barachnid. I don't know. Feliciguana. I'm not really sure what this one is. I don't know what Felici is, but guana, like iguana. Boomerunt, so boomerang and runt, which means small. Jeg, I don't know what that means. It's an egg, partially, but also a J. Digbro, or Digbo, it's a digging creature. Skulltan, which is a fusion, I believe. Skulltan, it's Skulltan, not a very good name, but Minotaur. So it yells, it screams. It has a lot of sound-based moves, and it's a rock, so it's mine. Weegoyle, so this is gargoyle plus wee, which means small. It's a small thing. Chill Bill, chill as in cold, bill as in bird. Zasp, it means like wasp, but Z because it's cool, because it looks like a lightning bolt, I think. That's page 1. Page 2, Scarefolk. It's scary and it's scaring folk. Bombinite, bomb and Bombinite. I guess night would be like small. Bombinite, Nukatu. So it looks like a bird's face, but it's also like a crustacean. Looks like a bird's face. Cristangelo, this is like Tango Crystal. Chair runs. Cherry, who also run because they have little feet, I guess. Cup tender. Cup as in just cup, and bartender. Woggle, I think that's just a cute name. It's just like waggle waggle. EFO, it stands for something else, but it has like a little plug in its back, so electronic flying object, door, probably. Puffoon, puffy, balloon. Talisman, I think? I'm pretty good at this, right? I'm naming this off. Tell me if I'm pretty good at this in the comments. Tell me what your favorite creature is, by the way. Wisps, yeah, the wisps are like forest creatures that are glow. Ambergy, I think that has something to do with, or it's Ambergy, I don't know, it's something to do with tomatoes, some kind of plant. Mud Diver, so it dives in the mud. It's like Feliciguana, it's like a clone, sort of. There's a couple clones in this game, you'll find, it's fine. Megaton Punch, makes sense to me. Onion, so it's an onion. Characterize, so there's a cockatrice, so it's char like Charmander and charcoal, and cockatrice, which is a famous like bird mythical creature. Ampord, so it's a chord, and it's also amp, which is electricity, which is part of electricity. Spector, specter is like a spooky thing. It's just misspelled. Bolthorn, it's an electric bug, so it's Bolthorn, board beetle, something like that. Dig stag, a stag is a type of bug. Digging, dig stag. Loot mitt, I don't know why it's called loot mitt. It has a big hand, so maybe it's like a mitt. It's supposed to be it's a mimic. It's a chest. Belmort, I don't know what that one is, honestly. Wick spill. Wick spill is like it's a wick and it's spilling its ink it's candle face everywhere. Babool, I don't know what that one is, but it's an orb. So Unibat, upside down funny bat. Bobble, I mean, it looks like it's got bobble hands. That makes sense. Cactus tooth. Barrigard, yeah. Barrier guard. Mascare, so it's mask and scare. Paralyze, it's electric, so it paralyzes you with its eye. Mimisk, so it's a mimic disc. It's basically another kind of, instead of a chest, it is a disc mimic. Slab block, so it's a slab of block. No. Bam Bodler, I guess it bams you with its Bodler body. Shadow Doom. Frostelion, I know it sounds like a flower name, and it's a flower, so it's a frost flower. Pyrefly, that's pretty simple. Pyre is fire, fly is fly. Clud, like mud, but also Clud. I think Clud is actually a word. Omnicron, Delta, and G. These are basically robots. I assume they're like sentinels or something like that. You can still capture them though, so I don't know why. Tongue pedal, bipedal, like it can move with its 2 feet, but it's come out of its tongue. It's really horrifying. It's basically a giant mouth with hands coming out of it. This is the scariest thing in the whole game, probably. Blowick, it's a pufferfish. Blows wick. Movelio, I don't know what that one is, but it's a mole. Disaster star. Makes sense to me. Puzz, so I was confused by this one. I really had to think about it for a while, but I figured it out mid-game. Puzzle, because it's made of pieces. I didn't even get it at the start. Noisium, it's a sound thing. It has headphones on. It's very noisy. It looks at the middle part of its body looks like a speaker. Shuriken, so it's urchin and shuriken, because it looks like that. Tormentula, tormentor, or tormenting, and tarantula. Pretty simple. One of my favorites. Domindion, I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It looks like 3 things holding each other. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. Is it like a centipede thing? I don't get it. I really don't. I literally don't know what I'm looking at, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Shelber, the shell. Nimbor, so nimble is like, also nimbus, like the cloud, and bor is like another word for like big or something. Jackasock, it's a monster in a sock. Rainmaker, it makes rain, I guess. Curascent, so it's a moon, like the phases of the moon. Socket, so it's a socket. This is one of the weirdest ones. It's literally a outlet with cords trying to kill you. Snowmaniac, pretty simple, pretty cool one. Mixmaster, it's a mixed drink and it's a master, I guess. Topseed is the plants that are coming out of the ground. It's just called topseed. I think it's also stuff that you put on the ground. I'm not really sure. I'm not a gardener. Mechaprawn, it's a mechanical prawn. Ball breaker, I don't know if that's like a ball joke, ball breaker. You're smashing balls. Chillamora, there's like a fish called like an alamora or something like that, right? And it's an ice type, so it's Chillamora. Nefariant, nefarious is a word. Nefariant is just like a misspelling of it or something. Lavul, so it's basically the bubble one, but fire. It's also fire water, which is pretty cool. Ghoul, so it's gassy, and it's also a ghoul, which is like a spooky ghost person. Kickstar, I don't know what the kick is. I guess it's because it's like a ninja. It's a ninja star. It's literally, this is a better designed Staryu in my opinion. Staryu and Starmie are really well designed, but this is actually pretty cool because it's a ninja star, like literally. That's actually pretty cool, actually. Spooky Mancer, you know, it's a Spooky Mancer. What's the word for mancer? I'm trying to think of the word. You guys know what a mancer is. It's like a wizard and stuff like that. Devidae. It's a literal devilfish. Grenadelidae. What did I say? Glenidae? It's an angelfish. I don't know what that means. Burn star. It's a star that burns. Tersect. It's a turtle insect. One of my favorites, actually. I never used it, but that's a dusk knight. It's a spooky... You find this in the woods, so it's a dusk knight. It's a Squalelio. This is like one of those... You know those Leos? Those lion statues that you have? They're called Shi in Chinese lore. They're like guardians of heaven or something like that. This is what it looks like. They fire flying or flying air, which is pretty cool. Melog. This is basically a fusion of the tadpole note thing. So it's like Melog. It's like frog. Melody frog. Yeah, melody frog. Vipeworm. Vipe means like stabs or something like that. It's something like that. It has something to do with its face. It's a giant ground worm. Pretty cool. Scareef, it's a scared leaf. Pretty simple. Ice Golem. Yep. Logics. So it's a logic box is a type of puzzle. I believe a logic box is a type of puzzle that you try to open the box, but it's really complicated. You have to press it in certain areas and twist it at certain times, stuff like that. Bubzilla. It's a Bubzilla. He's a big old Godzilla. Bugberry. Bugberry. Voltamagma, so it's volting like electricity and magma. I have to stop saying it's quite annoying, I'm sure. Ghoul. Ghoul. Lupus. I don't know. Ice? Lupus? Lupus is a disease. Hermite, and Mite. Torterminator, so Terminator and Tomato. Luna Shell. I assume that's Luna and Shell because it's very shiny as a shiny shell. Dentor. Dentor is the level of your tooth, which if you puncture farther beyond that, you have a cavity and you need to get drilled no matter what. That's when it gets infected into the lower level. Metawool. I don't know. Metal wool, maybe? Jelly. It's a jelly. The big old jellyfish. Slashing Sore. Slashing Dinosaur. Pashion. Eon means forever. Posh means fancy. It's a fancy bird that lives forever. Tryhorn. It's like a Triceratops. Aquatoid. So aqua means water, obviously, but toid. Oid means like, so it's kind of aqua-like is the name. Cauldron. Coal in cauldron. Slime Vader. Slime plus invader, and it looks like an alien ship. Metabola. I'm not really sure. Probably something to do with electricity because it's electric and plant. Metabola, not really sure. Porcupod. It's simple. It's a porcupine pod. Rampette. That's a type of dish you can eat. It's like it's a misspelled version of a fancy ice food. Gringor. I'm not really sure. It sounds familiar. It sounds like gore is like deadly, removing heads and stuff. Gring, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's... Gringor. So maybe... Grim? Like Grimgore? Very grim and gory. Drageyes. It's a fake dragon. Its face is at its stomach, and you can see its eyes. It's a dragon disguise. Pumpkin. Pumpkin King. Big Hand. It's got a big hand. Bigfoot. It's got a big foot. Spinnacle. It's spinning icicle. Electricure. Elepicure. Electricure? Not really sure. Regok. This guy's an alien, so it is what it is. Sneak Ninja. Baracrioton. So Barachnid is a type is like arachnid or Barachnotron. Okay, so it's a long-necked dinosaur combined with Tron because it's metal. Brachia. It's a breakdancing fire monster. Pretty cool. Zombie Tom. Zombie Tomato. Breakhorn. Breaking horn, I guess. It's very strong, but it's got a big horn on it. Lantok. Not really sure. Lantern Rock? I guess so. Gargantuan. This thing's weird. You combine the cloud with the angelfish to get this. I don't know why. So Gargantuan, so it's a guarding monster and it's gargantuan. Zaber. This seems very similar to like Zorro or something. Fancy Zorro guy. A Zaber is just another word to say saber. It's like a more digital version. Drafgel. I don't know what this thing is. Some kind of aqua spirit. There's plenty of aqua spirits in Japanese lore, so, you know. Viseer. Visceral, maybe? Viseer. Not sure. Cryptid. Cryptid is a fake monster mythical creature, cryptid. So it's just cryptod. Hydram. Hydra. It's a Hydra, which is a mythical monster of many heads. Hydram, could be anything. Just sounds cool, I guess. Conductor, it's a conductor. It plays music and stuff. Gemini, so it's a gem creature, and it's actually 2 creatures at once, which is interesting. Shrub bite, it's a shrub that bites you. A lot of these are pretty simple, but I thought I'd explain them anyway. Blizzarm, blizzard arm. Lazard, laser, lizard. Diamonds, this one is, this has to be like the worst one, but it's so funny. It's just a giant diamond, but it has like a snake head. Diamonds. Maybe it spins. That'd be cool if it spins all the time. The bottom part of its body, like, what's that monster? Hitmontop? Yeah, that'd be funny. Parasol, it's a soul parasol, so a parasol is like a umbrella. But it's also a soul because it's a ghost. Command droid, command android. Fury, it's a fear fairy. Porca, it's basically, it's an orca, but it's a pork. So it's a big one. It's a big honkin' orca, basically. Necorino. So this is, what's the word? It's the coffee type combined with necro. I can't think of the word, but you guys know what it is. It's that you guys know. I'm sure you know. Hover doll. It hovers, I assume, and it's a mechanical doll. Teros. For some reason, I thought it was Petros, but now I know it's pterodactyl is the P. So Teros. It's a good old dinosaur friend. Pandome, it's a literal igloo. Pan, I'm not sure. Dome, it's a dome. Clola, I don't know, but it's basically a gigantic bee. Magic bee. Parrot roast, parrot and roast. Lombast. I know lombast means like killing, blowing up, something like that. It means like blow up really hard. Hedros. Not sure. Edge Wrath Us. Plasma Moth. Pretty simple. A lot of these are pretty simple. Claymore. A claymore is this type of sword. Ukraine. This one's kind of hard to explain. It's a mythical type creature. It's a Japanese ghost where the woman would freeze people to keep her busy, and they actually in this game this thing freezes and kills a bunch of people to keep her occupied. So Magnet Knuckle, Bassalio, Bossy with Bossanelio, sounds like Italian or something. Ognemone, so this is an augmented anemone. And I can't believe I pronounced that correctly the first time. Yeah, it's really cool looking. Okura, I'm pretty sure that's just nonsense. It's supposed to be a otherworldly Cthulhu type thing. Prominence. Prominence means you have authority, I think. Something like that. But it just looks very like it's gonna destroy you. Not Palace. It's literally like a Russian palace. Tornado Owl. So it's a tornado owl. Granflessia. This is the same thing Vileplume is made out of. It's like the smelliest plant in the world. And grand means grand, so it's Granflessia. The name of the plant is the last part of this thing's name. It's called Variflessia or something like that. Quad Slayer, it has 4 legs and it's going to slay you. It's big, slicey hands. Pyramid, it's a pyramid and it's really mad looking. Mandragora, that is a type of mythical plant, I believe. And man means like man-eating, probably. Glass Shell. I never even saw this thing once, not even in the Colosseum. Never saw it. Glass Shell? It looks kind of glassy. Divisor. So Divisor is like I'm saying Divisor is what's the word? It's devising a plan, kind of like that. Poseidon, like Poseidon, like the mythical god. Daemon, I don't know what this thing is. It looks like a giant insect scythe arms. It's terrifying, looks even alien-like. Not really sure what the reference is. Frostodon, It's obviously a Nessie. Classic, Nessie creature. Scorgon. This thing is basically a more advanced version of this thing. It's the final boss. Glaber, and this one thing's funny. This thing's a... They basically put swords on its head and its butt. This thing is ridiculous. I love how it exists. It's so terrifying. It looks like it has eyes on the sword part of its head, but for a second I didn't even realize it had eyes. It just looks weird. It might not even have eyes. Statics. This is basically Moth on crack. Very static, obvious. Pyroclassius. This sounds familiar. Pyro is obviously fire, but Classius, I think that means like cataclysm? Something. It has something to do with like cataclysms. Gaius. Or Gaius, not really sure. I think that's a word for like very overbearing giant thing. Gaius. And Fangon, I'm not really sure. Phantom? But what's the Gon for? Fangon? Phantom? Oh, gone. Oh, it's gone. Because it was gone from the story. And then we found it. Maybe it's Phantom that was gone? Anyway, that's all 200 monsters in the game. See, there'll be another episode where I show... Oh, here's my favorites, by the way. A couple of my favorites. Oh, I just realized the little snake things on the right. That thing bothers me so much. Anyway, that's all of them, by the way. All 200. So now there's a video online that has all 200 monsters on it. Awesome. I'll see you guys in the next episode where I show off all of my recipes and where to get them in a short description, because I'm sure somebody will need it in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like and sub.